CPX series, you do not have to pull the trigger to get the slide to be removed. All you have to do is just slide it right off. Very simple and easy. Setting my frame assembly to the side, again focusing on the slide assembly first. I'm going to remove the recoil rod by just pulling upward and letting it come out of the recoil rod hole on the slide. Using my middle finger, I'm going to push the barrel up to where I can grab it, pull it slightly forward, and then just removing it out. And again, you want to take your time. You don't want to have to rush with anything or be aggressive with the parts. It's just being very smooth and being gentle, and again, most importantly, taking your time. I always do a small inspection whenever I pull apart my firearms. So the small inspection would include just looking to make sure that there's no wear and tear, there's no shiny spots anywhere where anything is starting to gouge up. This slide looks great. Again, I've used this slide multiple times. I've shot this firearm multiple times, so I know that this gun is in good shape. So right off the top, again, I'm going to be applying to the same spots as the DVG in the barrel hole down here, on each side of the wall of the slide, and then down the rail system of the slide. Again, very light grease. I'm not gobbing it on there. Just nice and easy coats. Both sides of the wall and the flat surface where the barrel interacts. Coming back through the rail system. And once you have that applied, the first thing I like to do again is add my barrel back by putting it first through the barrel hole, the muzzle through the barrel hole, letting it sit flat, and then just pushing it until it falls into place, into the lockup. Next, adding the recoil rod. Again, placing it into the recoil rod hole of the slide first, and then just gently pushing it in and letting it sit down. Making sure that it's centered is important, so that way when you add it back to the frame assembly, everything goes in line. At this point, I'll be going over the frame section of the CPX2. So just very light amount of grease going across the top plane of the rails. It doesn't take much. You don't want to gob it up. I don't like putting it on the grip itself. Just right across the top is all it needs. At that point, it's time to mate it again. So again, remembering the kidney section of the barrel. You want that disassembly pin to go right through that slot. And what you'll see here, when I'm moving the barrel back and forth, is the opening here, and then you'll see the opening here. And you want to make sure that you're getting into this opening where the kidney is. So mating the two again, I'm going to use the rails of the slide, or the receiver, into the rails of the slide. Very gently moving. If you feel friction, again, pull it off and make sure everything's aligned. Once these two have joined themselves, using your thumb, I'm using my right hand in this picture, moving that up once it hits the slide lock part on the slide itself. Once it's locked into place, I move the barrel to where it comes all the way forward. And then I like to move it back and forth. You know, I'm not in a rush. I'm cleaning the firearm. I want to make sure that I'm taking my time and using attention to detail through this process. So again, I move the barrel back and forth inside the slide until I know that it's aligned in the kidney. I place my disassembly pin in. I apply a little bit of pressure. I hear it click. And the firearm has been cleaned.